Well, Happy New Year. It's the first video I've done this year. Been a bit lazy. I've been out and about, hiking, walking and in the woods, just not videoed anything. In fact I did. I went to the Peak Districts for a snowy wild camp. But our winter's not been so cold. It virtually turned to sleet when I got there, so it wasn't very easy to film, so there was rain on the lens. The camera eventually fogged up and I couldn't film anymore. I had a good night, but I just couldn't video anything. It's a shame. But I've been down in the woods quite a lot. Don't know if you know, about 3 years ago I was lucky enough to purchase a small woodland, about 12 acres. I've been working with the Woodland Trust and the Forestry Commission and putting together a woodland management plan. In this woodland, it's mainly sycamore, ash and oak and hazel. So the idea is to manage it, get rid of some of the sycamore. Sycamore, there's that many leaves on the sycamore tree, they block the light, so the floor's not getting any light, so the trees can't regenerate and the flowers can't grow very well. It's a case of taking the sycamore out, well, some sycamore out, and replanting with native species, because sycamore is non-native to the UK. So that's to do. I don't think I'm doing this summer. I think it more like back end of autumn, next winter. I mean, even now, we're in February and the spring flowers are coming up. The bluebells. Notice some orchids coming through. So you can't really work in the wood when it's spring and the flowers are coming through. You don't want to be disturbing the flowers and nesting birds. What I have been doing is putting nesting boxes up. Put a few more nesting boxes up and creating a bit more habitat for them to nest in. Just piling branches together. It seems to work. The last couple of years I've been using those. Been clearing the pond out and clearing the paths, taking all the brambles off the rides. Yeah, but it's all hard work. But I'm enjoying it. It's nice being out. But I've been out in the woods. I've been collecting firewood for the camp, checking the camera traps. Some nice footage of the roe deer. The monk jack. There's quite a lot of foxes around here as well. I think they're after the rabbits, what's live on the side of the fields. I also want to take some photographs of the birds. I used to illustrate, I used to do some drawings of birds and wildlife. So I want to get back into that. So I want to get some nice detailed photographs of the birds what visiting the bird feeders. I've had the bird feeders up for a while now and there's quite a lot of birds. Quite a lot of birds coming to it, so yeah, get some photographs of there and get back into my illustrations. But today I'm just going to enjoy the wood and get a fire going and have some food. I bought a Dutch oven, so I'm going to put that on the fire for the first time and season it, burn off all the chemicals on there and season it so I can use that later on. Been thinking back to when I was a kid, what we used to do for bushcraft then. But it wasn't called bushcraft then, it was just messing about in the woods. In fact, we used to use newspaper to light the fires. I remember we used to put survival tins together, so I've recreated that, I'll show you in a bit. I found an old knife I used to use, more like a Rambo knife. Not like the knives nowadays, the bushcraft knives, these were big Rambo knives. This was the sort of kit I used to have as a kid. A Rambo type knife. Quite basic. This I found in the shed, I've had it years and years. It's all rusted up. Might clean it up, see if it comes up. Yeah, and pen knives. Basic Swiss Army knives. Used to create survival tins. Basic tins with basic kit in. Fish hooks. Bit of cordage. Plasters. Oxo cubes. I always used to have oxo cubes in. Sugar. Fishing line. A Stanley blade. Basic things like safety pins, needles and thread. Also used to like creating safety matches, well, waterproof safety matches. Just normal matches dipped in wax. Put them there, they'd last forever really then. Just scrape the wax off and light it, strike it on a rock or put some sandpaper in there. That was it really. Yeah, we used to light our fires with newspapers. Didn't know about birch bark then. Yeah, it's a pretty basic kit. Usually a frying pan or a pan taken from the house. Cooking beans. Jacket potatoes. It's all different now. I want to create a lot of embers for seasoning this pan, so I just put the grill over the top, propped up with 4 posts. This way I can boil my water, do my lunch, and still have plenty of embers to season the pan with. I do like this raised grill. It's nice and simple. Obviously the grill's quite lightweight, you can carry this anywhere. Just need 4 green or wet pieces of wood. You have to have them green so they don't burn as quickly. I'll just add them to my mushrooms. Garlic's just right. I've had the pot on the fire for a while now. I've been adding oil. Just going to give it a few more coats. Let it absorb all the oil. Never used a Dutch oven before, so I hope I'm doing it right. Be nice to make some proper bread. Wait till that cools down and put some more on. Won't call it lightweight.